What's my hair doing? Okay, I've been working on the house. Well, I think the house has been working on me because I've got very little accomplished. Hang on, let me straighten my shirt up. I've had to repair some broken items that we need for Grinchmas. I have had to do some laundry. I have had to go through some boxes and sort through some stuff to get some jewelry stuff ready. I've started wrapping a few presents, but I wanted to share a couple things before I wrapped everything with you. The box looks horrible here. But this, okay, if you have children or you have grandbabies like I do, you want to go and look at the Montessori educational toys that they have on Temu, because when you can catch them on sale, they're worth it. This normally sold for like $12 or $13, and in Walmart, a similar thing like it is like 23 or 26, I think. I went on Walmart, I went on Target. I can't remember which one it was. It's one of the two. And I really wanted one of these. Hi, Jessie. I really wanted one of these because it taught the kids hand-eye coordination and movement, and it's a really educational toy. It comes with different, like 4 different color balls. It's got the 3 or 4 levels, and then it's got the bottom where it catches it. But it's only got like 2 ways you can actually put the ball in up here. So I took it out, make sure all the parts were there because it's got a little handle and everything. But it just had a bad trip my way. But it's all there. These are great, and I've started wrapping, but all I've wrapped are Oscar's presents because if he sees them, he goes crazy. I have a box that has Gypsy's name on it that I've got to do. And then I'm going to tell you, if you see these gloves, my husband has got, and look, I've got the suede leather palm, but he can still use his phone. He started taking these this morning, and then it was going to warm up, but he said to like 60, so he didn't. Oh, and by the way, I've had to bring one of those little fireplaces in here that has the fire that heats up. We're getting ready for like snow to hit this weekend. And so all the rearranging that I did is now undone because I've got new stuff that I have to sit. So I have to move everything all over. It's just lovely. And then my kitchen is just a disaster area waiting for me to finish crafting. But if you ever see these, now my husband wears his ring finger. He doesn't wear a wedding ring anymore. My shirt, I'm losing so much weight. My shirt's armholes are too big. He doesn't wear a wedding ring anymore. He hasn't worn one for a long time because of the machinery and stuff he worked. But when he did, he wore a size 14. So it's almost impossible to find him gloves, but they have these, and they can be as high as $23 to $25 at the ones like them at Tractor Supply and Rural King. But on Temu, they're normally around $7 or $8, but I can catch them on sale for $3 to $4, and they work really good for him. Now they swallow my poor hand whole like they're John, okay? But they fit him nice and tight, and he can work with them. And he says they're great. So that one coupon I had, that really good coupon I had back a couple months ago, I think I bought him like 3 pair for the winter because gloves disappear here. They just disappear. Who we got? We got, oh gosh, I can barely see. We got Gypsy. We've got, is it Dino? Dino Blocks. That's cute. Dino Blocks. You're going to see, thank you for 7. I appreciate it. We're fixing to tear into a couple of Temu bags. I have gotten most of the stuff sorted, like most of the stuff that I'm going to wrap. You have already seen it, or I've not let you see it because it goes to somebody that's either a moderator or one of my friends, or both. So I've got 2 bags today. I've got these 2 bags. And let me tell you why I've got so many bags here lately. It's because they send so little in each bag now. They used to be able to fit like your whole house in one bag. And now because of the local warehouse, what happened was, I'll tell you what happened. What happened was drop shipping. They changed some kind of law on drop shipping. And so they could no longer drop ship from certain areas without an enormous fee. So then they started making you have to buy stuff from local warehouses. Well, then when you buy stuff from local warehouses, you have to pay shipping. So basically, they've turned into almost Amazon because Walmart and Amazon have been paying and fulfilling my orders. Gypsy gifted a membership. You are such a sweetheart, Gypsy. Thank you so much. What we're going to be doing for memberships is we're going to be doing like private crafting. Or if someone has like a craft idea that they want to see if I can completely do or bomb at, then you can, I think it's like a $4.99, or you can get a membership and you can say, okay, I want you to try to do this and see if I bomb or not. So it's kind of your own little way to see how horrible I am or how good I am at crafting. But it's also going to come with y'all are going to get first looks at a lot of the native art that I do and stuff like that. So, okay, I have to. Krishna from India. India is a beautiful, beautiful area, and I am actually a huge fan of. I butcher her name every time I try to say it. Is it Vandiva Shiva? Russell Brand has her on a lot, and she is one that likes to educate people about what Monsanto did, and particularly what they have done in India. But she is such a smart woman, and I'm just amazed at her. And the culture has always amazed me. I read a book. Oh, what's the name of it? I read so many books. Oh, I'm going to have to find the name of it out. But I read a book when I was in high school. Like my fake hair. This is my fake hair. I read a book when I was in high school, and it was based in India, and it was based on the love life of two people that wanted to be together, but one was royal and they couldn't. And like he waited till like 99, and then she became free. I guess her prince or king passed away, and it was like they died together. And in the forest now, that there's a certain tree that blooms in the forest now, and people say it's because of their love. Anyway, it was a beautiful story. It touched my heart, and I've always kind of been enamored with India. And you can blame Indiana Jones for that, Dr. Jones, because he had a lot of his stuff based off of a lot of the culture and historical, stories back from over there. So I have a lot of people from India that watch me. And honestly, I'm amazed you can understand me because I am such a podunk hick. I will call myself exactly what I am. Okay, Gypsy, I'm assuming that your little mini-me is in school. Am I correct? They make me a trash pile. I'm assuming that Gypsy, you're watching me alone, and you do not have Abby Dabby Doo with you. Oh, India is gorgeous. I watched, and I know I'm morbid. Josh Gates did a huge exploration of the afterlife and death in every culture. And if you ask me, one of the most beautiful cultures of death in the world happens to be in India. But y'all have not allowed people to steal your history and the way that you live. Which here in America, I don't know. It's just whoever screams the loudest gets to rule the world, and I just don't think that's right. And so you have to keep your mouth shut a lot if you believe certain things. But in India, you still celebrate. Things that happened hundreds of years ago, you still embrace and celebrate. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. And he did an exploration of that on all the cultures. And the one that I thought was the most beautiful, where they had maintained all the feasts and festivals and maintained the culture, and the kids were still learning. And they were still painting the city, vividly with their religious, beliefs and stuff. It was beautiful. And he very delicately and very, he did a very good job at doing this. He went through the death process with two families there. And I thought, that's beautiful. That's beautiful that you actually take care of your family member that you don't just toss them off on someone else that pumps them full of chemicals. Then we put them in a box in the ground, and the ground is the most toxic area in the whole world. And our ground, I talked about this the other day, our soil here in America, because nothing returns to it, because we horrible and misleading thoughts on death and decomposition and returning to the earth. We just, for some reason, we just have such weird ideas about it, and I that's something I like to work on. Okay, so since you're alone, Gypsy, I'm going to show you something I got for Abby. As I try to open it without ripping the bag. And they have a charge cord. And they have their little box they're in, and they fold up, and they're like little AirPods. And they have a charge cord, and they have to hook into this box to charge, so she shouldn't be able to lose them easily. And they're supposed to stick pretty good in your ear. So these were the ones that everybody was raving about, and I thought, well, I'm going to get her some. I would have kind of liked probably a different color than pink, but that's what they had, so she's just going to have to deal with it. So, but she's just going to have to deal with that. But if she was like mine, they'd go through 50,000 pairs of those. And, you know, everybody wants the AirPods. Okay, I'm going to show you something I got myself just because I have a small home now. My children are grown and gone. Let me see them. Well, yeah, India it still embraces, like you all still embrace. It's hard to say. Like here in America, a lot of people they don't even believe in a religion. They're agnostic or atheist, or they're just completely confused. They think that they are the upper echelon and there's nothing above them. And boy, what an ego complex that can happen when you think that you're like the end all be all. Woo, that's bad, you know. But you all actively still talk about it. You live each day with it. You live each day with your religion, with your gods, with your feasts, with your festivals, with your celebrations, and you handle your own family's deaths and in a beautiful way. And it's a celebration. It is not. We've turned it into something it shouldn't be. We've turned it into a dark and morbid thing, and it's not. I don't think death is dark and morbid. I think death is the second most natural thing to do, because other than that, you're born and then you die. You know, so we have a weird culture. Is she doing? Okay, good. That worked out then. Well, I have a small home, and so when I have to cook eggs, you know, I used to have to like cook a dozen eggs because I used to have kids, and I used to every time if I wanted one boiled egg, I would have to cook a dozen because they would all be gone. Being a mom, that's the way mom happens. I found this little thing, and I hope it didn't break in transit. Look at it. It's a little microwave egg cooker. Please don't have broken. Please be a fully intact chicken patties. Okay. So I saw this, and it was literally like $3. And I'm lazy sometimes, and sometimes I just want an egg, and I don't want to have to turn on the stove and wait 20 minutes and the latches work really well because I'm still having one of those days after my disorder flared up, and I can't I'll make David it. Anyway, pop them off. You put 4 eggs in here, put a little bit of water, you put it in your microwave. I think it said 4 minutes, and you've got basically over easy or medium eggs. I'm not terrified of eggs. Why are people in America terrified of eggs? Other than the fact that they're chicken butt nuggets. But I mean, why are people terrified of eggs? I've ate raw eggs in my life. I don't know why people are so terrified of eggs. But anyway, this is gonna be my new best friend, because now when I want a couple of eggs, I can do this, and I don't have to start the stove, get water, dig out a pot, and then ask David, how many do you really want to eat? Because that's the big thing, is if I cook something, how many are you going to eat when I make them? Because I at least want one of whatever I make. That's a big deal here. It's a big deal here. So with eggs, because we normally have farm eggs. Okay, what's this? Y'all, forehead patches. If you saw me, well, you can go back on my videos. And of course, I've lost a lot of weight, and I'm still a big old heifer. You don't have to remind me, I know. But I've lost a lot of weight. But I had, from where I was a parole officer and I worked in corrections and I supervised murderers, I had stress wrinkles right here, right here. I mean, and they're still there, but they're not as bad. I started doing the silicone, and then these, and every once in a while I'll splurge for these. It helps so much. Ladies, take care of yourself. And I've stopped. I use castor oil. I use Vaseline on my face. And I use a couple of serums. You don't have to buy everything. And you don't have to have Botox. You just have to take care of yourself. That's all there's to it. You're going to have these rings as you get older. I have them. You're going to have laugh lines. Hopefully you're laughing and you're going to have laugh lines. That means, hey, I had a good laugh. I laughed, You're going to. Where I've lost weight is everything's kind of falling down. And I'm just trying to kind of replump the collagen. They're trying to replump it. So we're just trying to replump it. I'm not trying to change the way I look. I'm just trying to replump. Honestly, I know I need Temu, but Lord have mercy. There are times when I open stuff, it irritates me so bad because then I have to clean everything up. This is something I got, and this is going to be, it's going to have to be like I'm thinking it's like next year's birthday thing, but it's a flashlight. This is a little girl one. I got a little blue one too, and it's got a little battery thing in there. So it's got one of those little brown batteries, and I have like 100 of those, don't worry. But it comes with 4 or 5 little projectors, and you put them on here. Let me see if I can get one. I'm not going to undo the battery though, because we're going to have to wait. And it's like one of those little, you turn it and you see through it, the little, that we had as a kid. You put this on here and it locks. And of course, I am the world's worst to do anything with hands right now, because my hands have been, anyway, you put it on there and it locks. Oh no, you put it in here and it locks. Hey, Elizabeth, read the instructions. You put it in here and it locks, and then you turn it on and it projects different pictures of animals, and it has the spelling and stuff like that. So I'm thinking this is going to be like a next year birthday present. I've already started the whole education program. My mother was a teacher. I did a tutor. I was a tutor with AmeriCorps for 2 contracts, and so I've got a blue one and a pink one because I have my grandbabies. I have twin grandbabies, and so that's going to be like a next year present. But I saw them, and I knew that I would never catch them again for I think it was $1.87. And I thought, we're going to get those because, it's never too early to teach them how to read and spell. I just got done typing turkey recipes, how to cook a turkey. And they asked the pre-K through 2nd grade how to cook a turkey. And they give them a piece of paper and they write it down. And then they had an absence of an employee in the newspaper. And I said, I'll volunteer. I'll do it because I know everybody, and I used to work in the newspaper when I was straight out of high school. I said, I'll do it just to join in and have fun and say howdy. Wow, kids need to learn how to spell. And I'm not being mean. Some of them, it was A for effort. And some, I know everybody has different skill sets. But it was troublesome. For me, knowing what I dealt with 15 to 20 years ago with tutoring, and I would teach just as many parents to read as I would children. And I saw such improvement to see what I was reading to type for the paper. We've got to work with our children, y'all. We've got to work with our children. It's horrible. Okay, Kim, I'll be here. I may be sleeping. I'm trying to think. Oh, gosh. I was like, what is this? David needed a phone case. I was like, what is that? When I do Temu orders lots of times, he'll say, I need a couple things, and I'll just hand him my phone. And then I'm like, where did this come from? So now we know where it came from. Oh, what have we got here? Okay, these flashlights. It's a USB charging flashlight. I have some that have the really weird batteries, but then trying to find the batteries are like, you can't. Like, I live in Podunk. You can't. It comes with a charging cord. It's in there. It's like a little tiny mag light. It's actually got quite a little thick feel to it. It's got a great wristlet on it, and it's got different, because it's got different levels, but it also does a green and a red along with the blue white. And that's why I got it, the green, because my husband, he's a trapper and a tanner, and so when these are great. I mean, these are great. And honestly, if you had to knock somebody in the head with it, it'd probably hurt real good. My mag lights, when I was trained as a correction officer, they were a weapon. So, but I got this one because it had the green and red on it, because lots of times when he is going in early to check his traps, or he's, he got home later than he expected and he has to go check a trap, because he does not like to leave an animal in a trap suffering. He's just, we're trappers and tanners, but we are not mean people. He'll go out there and check it. Well, there's bears and everything here. And with a green light, you can walk in, and it's harder for them to see you, but it's easier for you to see them. And so you can actually get a lot better eye flash return without freaking them out. A red light, you can see them, but you'll freak them out. A green light, you can see them, you won't freak them out, and you can kind of avoid having a conflict with a larger animal than you. We have lots of those around here. So here comes Oscar. Old man woke up, huh? My dog is, I think that's the first time he's been up today. What, do you hear the UPS? I can't help it. He wants to live with a UPS person every time they come here because they give him snacks. But these are great if you have sportsmen or people that leave early for work, or if you jog. These are good. So now I have to hide that. It's going to go in a stocking. Gosh, that got beat up on the way here, buddy, didn't it? Wow. Well, I'm going to have to check and see if this still works. It does. Okay, it does. It just got kind of banged up. Okay. This is something that they can have now, my twin grandbabies. Oscar, do not. I'm not in the mood. You threw a little attitude yesterday. Don't do it. Bud. Okay, so it's it looks like a little cat. They've got a pink one and a blue one. This is the blue one. It's got a slot. It's got these cards that have a little data strip on them. And the cards, and there's a lot of them. See how many comes with this. They have, they teach them, oh gosh, I'm blind, 56 animal names, 31 things that are just like daily necessities that they need to be able to recognize, vehicles, foods, fruits, vegetables, costumes, colors, persons, jobs, shapes, and you just stick them in, and it reads the card for them. It shows it to them, it lights it up, and it reads the card for them. And so my daughter starts putting these cards in and going, look, dog, D-O-G, dog, and that's what it'll say, and then they'll repeat it. And I'm like, well, let's start now, because we got to get going. I'm kind of irritated the box isn't such a shambles, but that's nothing that I can't fix with a little bit of tape in a few minutes. So, oh, let me tell you about my dog, Oscar. Okay, those little cereal dispensers you can put on your cabinets, on your countertops, and you put your cereal in there, and you put the top on it, and it's sealed, and then you twist it, and you can dispense cereal. I got one of those thinking that, I'm going to keep his Little Caesar $11 dog food fresh. And I'll just sit it with his little stainless bowl under it. See, I can tape that and we'll be okay. It's still got to go to Georgia, so it's going to have to go good. But I got this, and I got a pink one in here too. Did it fare any better? A little bit. Not a whole lot. Well, I put his food in there, and we've had this now for a couple months since I came back from the farm after the hurricane. He has learned how to turn the dial and dump the food. So now his diet that I had him on is completely shot because he's learned how to turn the dial and dump the food. So if anybody would like a very troublesome 12-year-old, he's fixing to be 12-year-old dog, let me know. Let me let him outside before he throws a gasket here. Okay, don't you go anywhere. You stay close. And do not leave with that person. Because he will absolutely just leave with the UPS lady. I mean, he'll just go. What are you? And has anybody noticed how long Temu has been taking to get stuff to people now? Kim, if you need to, just bang on the door if I'm asleep because I didn't rest last night. My little ring said an hour 27, and I thought, yeah, that's about right. I had a really rough night last night. I can't stop having cluster migraines. It's killing me. Oh. Okay, again, my husband, he works full-time. He's a trapper tanner, but he also works full-time. And he is in Podunk. So he actually travels way up into Kentucky. Say that 5 times fast. And he's been fussing the last 2 weeks because he's like, the next 2 months, the contract area has like no service. His phone doesn't work. Nothing works. You know, he's like, we don't really know what's going on until we hit a little pocket and we know. Yeah, and I said, oh, so I got him, and he used to wear a watch all the time until phones became a fad. And now he's like, and when we are in those little pockets, our phones go to roaming. He said, so our batteries die like that. And I was like, I got him one of those really nice, you can sweat all you want to and you can't kill it watches. And I had to get one of the bigger straps for him because, again, big old burly man, I swear, it's hard to find shoes and clothes for him. I'm going to go ahead and tape the top of this. I've got so much to, and we don't buy a lot. We buy a little useful stuff, but this is how boring I am. I bought more thermal curtains for my bedroom. See, I'm not going on Temu and going crazy. I needed thermal curtains for the bedroom for the winter. Just the areas that catch the wind. I'm like, give me some thermal. And these are actually really good. These are comparable to the cheap ones at Pottery Barn or the midline ones at Target. And they're just like the ones behind me, and they've been working phenomenal. So, I mean, I love them. So I got some more, and they weren't that expensive. Now, where am I going to chuck these? Don't fall. Okay, let's see. I guess that was the rest of that prize from where I won farmland. And I got a pocketbook, but I hung it up and I didn't show it to you, and I'm sorry, I forgot. It's very pretty. It looks like a Wrangler dupe, but it's not a Wrangler. So, Kim, I have a Wrangler dupe. It's not a Wrangler, but it's a dupe. I'm happy with it. So, don't worry, I'll have it killed in no time. Oh, well, thank you, Ruben. Well, we're just doing Temu today. Last night, we were getting ready to craft and do some bone work. Okay, everybody. We have, it's like, I can't remember if these are Gucci or Dior. Don't look at my hands. I have been doing hard labor today. Look, they're horrible. Look, I have been digging through stuff, and you would not believe. Anyway, these are like Gucci or Dior or something dupe. Anyway, I saw it on another channel, and I went and grabbed them. I grabbed this pair, and they're almost a circle, but they have like a tail. And I grabbed this pair, and then I thought, well, heck, my daughter might like them. And then I think I might have talked to her on the phone or something about them. And she said something about, no, there was another dupe that was going. And I was like, oh, do tell me, because I'm not good at fashion. I live in Podunk. Podunk. She said there's another dupe going. This is not it. This is, oh no, it might be. There it is. Okay, it is the little Let me get it the right way. Watch. It's the little clover leaf from Dior or Gucci. I don't know which one. So she told me about that. So I said, okay, well, hang on. Let me see if they've discontinued those yet. It's stainless, and it was literally like $1.97. I got it on one of those Black Friday deals, and I was like, heck, far. I'll wear a dupe. I don't care. And then I said, well, do you want either one of those? And she said, well, no, actually, I've been looking at something else. So I said, okay, well, let's see if it's still there. Everybody pray that they didn't get broken on the way in. They came off the card, but that's okay. I can put them back on the card. She wanted, how am I going to do this? She wanted their little Dior D's, but when they hang on your ears, they're just all little diamonds, but they're the little Dior D's. And I mean, you can tell they're Dior D's because see, like, I don't know how they get away with this stuff, but they do, and as long as they do, I'm gonna buy it because I just don't think people should make as much as they do off of fashion. It's stupid. And if I see a cute pair of earrings, how in the crap do you open these? If I see a cute pair of earrings, I don't want to spend $200 on a pair of earrings. No, sir. No, it's not going to happen. So I will buy the dupes. And people say, well, you shouldn't steal from the artist. Well, the artist should have a conscience because I make native stuff. And let me tell you what, I would not price it out, to where nobody could afford it. I price it to where people can get it and afford it. But these are really pretty. And she was like, I really like those. My daughter really is like a 55-year-old woman going to bingo. That's her style. I swear, I've always said that about her. She laughs, but I swear that's what she wears, and the pocketbook she likes and the jewelry she likes. I will wear she thinks I'm punk because I'm tatted up, and I'm not punk. I'm tatted up because I dealt with parolees forever and I had to look tougher than them. Let's see if we can leave Oscar out there. I have one more. I thought I had 2 bags. I have one more. We'll see if he disappears. He won't. He will not. Oh, the best thing I've ever found on Temu. And it's so simple. If y'all are looking for literally the cheap stuff that nobody else finds. And I watch a bunch of haulers when I'm cleaning the house. I've just got them on because I don't want to buy trash. I don't want to buy stupid trash. So I listen, and if it's bad, no. This is a potato pouch. You can put a couple potatoes in it or one really big one. You put it in your microwave, and in I think it's 4 to 6 minutes, depending on the size. You've got a baked potato, and it really does make baked potatoes. Amazing. I'm like, heck, it takes an hour in the oven, and just that, and it's got everything. It's got do not do this, but do not do this. It says place 1 to 4 washed potatoes into the Potato Express. I normally just put 2 because it's just 2 people here. Cooking times may vary based on microwaves and size of potatoes, but it's they say 4 minutes. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but these things are great. Oh my gosh, everybody should have at least these. These are great, and I ain't even gonna put that back in the bag because I'm just gonna put it in my kitchen drawer because that sucker's handy as I don't know what. More forehead patches. Okay, I'm old. I'm trying my hair. Look at this. I'm getting those baby hairs. I'm gonna have to get one of them little combs and little wax things and start styling my baby hairs. It's because of my thyroid. My thyroid hates me right now. I'm in a battle with my thyroid. Oh, and then I got baby bibs. I got a submarine under the sea theme that catches everything for the little boy. And then I got butterflies. I should have got one that said I got an attitude, because let me tell you what, she got an attitude. I love it. But it's got butterflies on it and a little catch-all. I've noticed that is kind of what my daughter has leaned toward buying a lot for them right now since they're eating everything. Oh, don't just laugh. I got a 2-pack of solar lights. Why did I get a 2-pack of solar lights? Because my Christmas tree, at least one of them, is going to go right here by this window. And I'm going to put the solar light thing in the window, and then at night it'll turn itself on and turn itself off. I've got a half tree that my husband made me when I was on that rolly cart walking aid, and I still put it up every year because he was kind enough to make it for me because I couldn't get around a full tree in our little tiny home with my big walking aid and my crutches. I had those polio crutches, so I put it up. But I love these lights, and then I thought, then when Christmas is done, I always line the top of my fence, so if somebody comes in, because I put people in prison for a long time, I have to be careful. So if people get in my yard, I've got the top of my fence lined, and I can see a break, a shadow. So if somebody's running toward or away from me, I can see a shadow and know where they are. But I'm going to totally stick these in the window and let my tree come on and go off on its own. These were $3.96. And then the other tree, I have ones that do all the funny things, you know, that you buy. The mom tree, you know, I have that one. These are just a bunch of little fabric books that the kids can chew on, open, play, and eventually hopefully read. But I just buy because they're really into books. My daughter was a big-time reader. I was a big-time reader. That's why you see me reading books on here, because they're so far away from me. That is just another way that I can interact with them. And then when I read the book, I put it in a box. So when I get the box full, I send it to her, and then she watches the video and reads the book along with them while I read it to them. So, but I get these because they like to act like they're reading their own books, but obviously they just turned 8 months old. I don't want them to tear the pages or eat anything. So we got the little fabric books, and they have 3 each that are folded in here. And they go town and tear those up, do whatever they want. I hear my dog fussing. Okay, and I told y'all it's getting wintertime, and I'm going from auburn to dark. Right here, you can see I'm getting how dark I'm getting. My mullet's growing out, and I'm very proud about that, but I kind of miss it. Let me catch up for a second. You know what I did? I went and got fabric panels and put 2 hems, and then got those magnetic curtain rods and just put it on my door. And then I put, for the winter, I put a lace sheer over it just for added, because I'm cheap. And it looks, I've got my nurses have complimented me on it, so it must be okay. Dupes are, hey, I'll take a dupe any day of the week. I'm here to tell you. I'm not going to go and spend a butt ton of money on stuff. I'm poor. It's like, I wear these little cheap hair pieces. Nobody ever knows, or if they do, by golly, they ain't going to come say it to my face. So, I think that, Oscar, honey, until you get thumbs, you're just going to have to wait on me. My dog. Very demanding. But I have been having a lot of fun playing with these little, honestly, $2 and $3 hair pieces. This is one that you put in a pony. Well, I can put my little ponytail up, which has got a bun thing around it now. It's got the comb that you snap in, and then you tie it around. And of course, you have to work with it. But it's very pretty, and it's my color almost. I will be this dark. Look, it almost matches now. But I get so dark in the winter, and then I turn red, auburn red in the summer. I matched my limousine cow that I showed in the summer. That's how auburn I used to be. So, of course, my son's a redhead, and then my daughter had a little strawberry blonde baby. So I guess the Irish genes are strong, because my mother's a beautiful raven-haired Cherokee woman, and we all look like we're dying of a potato famine over here. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. And then I got this one. Which is this one? Oscar, chill out. Oh, this is a topper. So this is the darkest topper. I had to get the chocolate brown. I've got a red one that's doing really good right now. This is the chocolate brown topper. I hate these black nets that they come in. These things, I swear, they've got a life of their own. They'll climb the wall. Like, they're just These things have a life of their own. I don't like them. This is just a little bit more wavy of a topper, and it's a little bit darker. It's still got that little red cast to it. You have to really brush them, really work with them. You've got 3 clips, and then your bangs. I need just a hair of bangs. That looks horrible. Now I will go through and trim these and stuff like that before I wear them. I'm learning, Gypsy. You'd be so proud of me. I'm learning how to make them match and blend but I just play with them, wear them home. I wore a couple of the nicer ones out, and nobody's figured out that it wasn't my hair. Now, in all honesty, most of the time that people see me, I have on a ball cap. So probably most people don't know how much hair I have or do not have, because I have on a ball cap. So, they don't know it's not my hair, and they've not said anything, and I really do. I've learned to cut it, style it, work with it, brush it. It's a learning curve, because, listen, I can fix the hydraulics on your tractor, but this girl stuff is difficult, okay? So I'm learning. And I actually got my first pair of the real clip-in extensions. Listen, I can harness up a 6-horse team. I can't put extensions in just right yet. I'm trying. I'll learn eventually. I'll get there. Women that are struggling with wrinkles, or where I've lost a lot of weight, I'm trying to put serums and castor oil and stuff and make it stay. This is everything you need for your whole face. It's your face, your nose, under your eyes, around your mouth, and then it's got a little spot right there for your chin. I put these on at night. And then I'll either put a little face mask on, or they'll stick pretty good on their own. And I'll put just a little bit of serum, let it get tacky, and then I'll slap these on. You just wash them really good the next day, let them dry. If you come to my house, they're going to be stuck to my bathroom mirror, because that's where I put them after I clean them. Sorry, you're just going to have to deal with it if you come visit. And then I clean them and let them dry while I'm doing my nighttime routine, and then I put them back on as soon as my serum gets tacky. These little silicone things and these forehead patches have made a world of difference in my face. I'm here to tell you, when I started working in corrections, I aged 20 years. Oh no, probably 30 years. And then when I started this year having thyroid problems, I aged dramatically, You can go back and look at my other videos, and I've lost a lot of weight because of the thyroid issue, which I needed to. But it's just been a huge change. And I've always looked younger than I am, so it's been a real shock for me to have to deal with it. And my hair, see, it's getting so dark now, and it's just, I swear, if I was a horse, I'd be like a roan. I would roan out in the summer and then be dark in the winter. I'd be like one of those really weird roans or Appaloosas. But those have really helped, especially because right here with the thyroid, it was getting super bad. And it's still bad, y'all can see that. But right through here has improved a lot. Right through here with all the weight I've lost with those. But my forehead, honey, I ain't gonna need Botox. Those things right there, flat. Well, my typing teacher, bless her heart, was a stick. It's flat as my old typing teacher's, honey, and it's just there. I'm not going to need Botox in my forehead. I used to have an anger line, and sometimes I just still see when they would say, "Oh, I got a new arrest this week," and I'd be like, "What the heck?" I have to really make it try. It used to crease up to here, and now it's going away. And even my mom she's seeing the differences and being like, "What are you using? Get me some of those." I got her the under eye serum I've been using, and she's having the same results as me. Those red ones, it comes in packs of 3, and I'll keep one and I'll give her 2. Those are great. They've got castor oil in them, so it's a little bit easier application than the castor oil, but it works. Everything works the same way. So, but I buy necessary stuff. Now, my chicken cooker might be a little extravagant, but I thought if you're going to have something that cooks, your eggs, it might as well look cute when it's sitting on your stove. Okay, and then the rest of stuff is just baby Christmas, a couple things for Abby, I've got a couple other things coming in. I think, Regina, I think I got her one of these Gucci necklaces or a cross necklace, and I can't remember. I'm going to have to go back through my orders because my orders are not coming in orders. They're coming in all mixed up, and it's aggravating the fire out of me. So I'm having a really rough time. I have to go back and go through my phone and get everything sorted. But just a necessity haul and a small haul for the babies and curtains, thermal curtains. Thermal curtains, if I can teach you young women anything when you're making a home, if you live in an area where we are, like I'm on the crag of the hill where we have snow and ice and wind, thermal curtains save you a lot. I have a wood stove. My furnace rarely runs when I'm cranking my wood stove and I have thermal curtains. My electricity bill in the winter is almost nothing because I got that stove rolling and I got the thermal curtains. I've almost won the fight with the box, the elder bugs. They're not ladybugs. They look like ladybugs, but they're brown. They're yellowy brown. I've almost won the war with those. So, and it's going to freeze this weekend and possibly snow again. So that should kill the rest of them out. I don't know where they all came from, but they all moved into my house this year. So that was fun. I know the orders are all mixed up. It's pathetic. Okay, Kim, just knock on the door. My house is pathetic, but just knock on the door, and Oscar wake me up. I may doze for a little while. Oscar wake me up. I'm supposed to have physical therapy where they come and measure my range of motion and stuff, but I haven't got a text or anything, so I'm just like, I'm here. If you show up, that's great. If not, you know. It's Monday. Nothing ever goes smooth on Monday. Ever. Okay. I've had to repair some stuff that I used to craft with, that I used to display stuff with. I've got it glued and I've crafted it back together. So it's glued and drying. It's going to take it a while. I have got stuff ready in the kitchen to go. I've got gnomes to make, and I've got a wreath to put together. And then I've got those buffalo tooth necklaces to start on. I need a break. I need a nap. I need to rest for a minute and need to eat something. I'm not having ever since last week when I got that food poison. I've not been doing well. So I'm being very easy on myself. I'm going to rest. And then we're probably going to have a live tonight of me crafting or doing something. It'll probably be an earlier live. I don't think I'm going to stay up super late tonight. So there you go. We're going to have to get on the craft train because I've got to get it all done. But I've also got to get my kitchen clean so that I can clean my kitchen, because for Christmas I decorate and I like for my house to be clean. And right now my house is getting ready for the Grinchmas craft exposition where my husband goes and he sells his furs and he takes a lot of stuff that I make. And my house looks like it's packing up to move, and it's driving me absolutely nuts. So I'll be so glad when we get through Grinchmas and I can put stuff up, put my crafting stuff away, and just have a normal house and just chill for a few months. It'll be so nice. But we are going to do some crafting stuff, and I think probably Wednesday or Thursday is when we're going to hit into a native, either a rattle or a talking stick or something like that, a ceremonial stick. We're probably I've got that big ram's horn, and I've got some other stuff. That's probably when we'll get to there. I do also have some raccoon baculum. If you don't know what that is, you'll have to look it up because I'm not going to say it. And I may drill them and make some more necklaces or earrings because those sell really good, because it's hilarious. If you look up the word, you're going to die laughing. But yes, I make jewelry out of them, and women think it's hilarious, and they buy earrings and necklaces. And I also put gemstones and I bling them out. So it's cute. But we're going to be trying to get on with it. But it doesn't matter what time I go to bed. I get woke up at 3:30 because that's when he goes to work, and I'm right by the bathroom. So every time he goes in the morning to the bathroom, I get woke up at 3:30. I don't hardly ever get back to sleep. And then I struggle all morning. I get up and I try to get stuff done. All I've done is sort and like repair stuff this morning. But this evening I've got it all set up in there, and I thought I'm ready to roll. I've got everything right here. And I've got at least 2 gnomes to make, possibly 3, and 1 wreath that I absolutely have to make. I have got a pack of 4 little like elf-looking mice, and I've got to get some kind of idea of what to do with them. And I've been going through my head with that one. But I'm also going to, when I get the bulk of the stuff off the table, then we're going to start making those old-timey Santa Clauses that you paint, that they have Epsom salt in the bottom, and then you fill with just shredded white t-shirts, because everybody's got old shredded white it doesn't matter if they're stained or not, because you're going to paint the outside, and then they're going to become stiff. They're going to look like an old primitive snowman. So I'm going to start making those. And then I have got green glass wine bottles to bust to mix with Mod Podge and acrylic to make Christmas trees on Old Barn Lumber. If I get there, I won't swear that I will get there. We'll see how my health holds. I'm starting to perk back up, but y'all, that last week about got me. That it was food poisoning. I thought I just maybe caught a bug, and they were like, no, you've got food poisoning. Sweet tea at the Veterans Memorial. It's just me. It can only be me. Okay, so this was a boring Temu haul. I'm sorry about that. I did put up David's little thing where he's using that shaver on the bigger hides, because that's kind of interesting. It's like a wheel of metal bristles coming at you, and you just barely have to, because if you go too far, to just tear it in two. So it takes a really light hand to do that. When you're doing a big black bear or a huge deer and they want a rug, you have to use machinery like that, or it will take him hours to have to sit there and flesh it. And I used to do all this stuff too, so I wanted to share that with you. I've told him you need to get back to doing the videos, because people have asked where you are, what you're doing, if you're still trapping. He's got his own channel, Trapper Dave Waters, and people have been going, hey, are you trapping? And he scouted, and he's got his it's marked on the map and stuff, but he's not going to put his first traps out until this weekend, I think Thursday or Friday. And he's hoping things will move during this first light snow, and then he can see where they're moving, because tracks, you can see them better in the snow, and then he will move his traps as necessary. But he's going after the beaver and the otter first, because they have moved and dammed up like half of this back acreage on this farm. So he's going to go after those first. The numbers are just outstanding. When animals get out of balance and the land gets out of balance, you can just look and know it's sick land. So, but it's getting better. And we thought, boy, that cleared up really good right here this last year. Well, it did, but it's because they moved over the ridge to the next one. So we found them again. So we're going to try to lower the numbers again. So it's hard work. It's messy work, but it's got to be done. And we don't ever trap to extinction. We don't. We trap to healthy numbers, and because you need a balance of everything to have healthy land. So you learn a lot from him if you watch his stuff. I've been telling him, you got to talk more. He married me because I talk a lot, so he doesn't have to. He's got to talk more. So, but he's getting there. So he's putting stuff up right now. I'm trying to double post for him, but pretty soon he will be I'm teaching him to do everything on his own, because I can't. And I may be down the hill. I may be on the farm. If I have to have the surgery, I may be out of pocket for several weeks, and he's going to have to be able to do this on his own. If my thyroid, I learn in December if it comes out or not. So I'm teaching him to do it. So he will be maintaining his own channel. So I'm kind of excited to see how he does it. But everybody just go and give him a like. Tell him you're doing a good job. He's somebody that needs positive affirmations way more than me. He needs to be told you're doing a good job. But it's Trapper Dave Waters. And I'm excited to see what he's up to. And if you didn't see pictures of the piebald deer that the guy in Campbell County, Tennessee got last year, I I put pictures on my community page. That is the most beautiful animal. I don't know if I would have been able to have harvested it because albinos are protected. You can't shoot an albino. Piebalds you can. But that one was just so pretty. I don't know if I saw something that pretty come through the woods. And I've dealt with all different kinds of deer, axis fallow, I mean deer farms. I've worked on all of them. But that one was just so pretty. I don't know if I would have just sat there probably and enjoyed watching it. But it's beautiful, and the hide is just, it just turned out beautiful. It's got the hole where the guy shot it, but he said leave that. He didn't want it patched up. He said leave it, and we were like okay. Beautiful animal. It was like it was more dark up at the front, and then just got more speckled and white the farther it went back. So there are pictures up there. That's something that a lot of people don't ever see. Wanted to share that with you, and we're going to be having, I think, a better fur year this year because bobcats are already moving. Coyotes are already moving. The black bear actually starting to den up. I did not think they would because it's been rather warm, but they're starting to den up. So a lot of the other predators are out moving. So it's going to be it's going to be a wild fur season, I believe. It's going to be a lot moving. And if my body will let me, I may run and do one trap line run with him this weekend and film so that you all get more than just him going, here it is, so you can see more of what he's doing. It just matters. It depends and matters on how I do this week and how my body feels. So I know that deer was gorgeous, man. I don't know if I honestly, I probably would have just sat there and looked at it and been like, shh, go away. Go away. But they're just, you feel halfway sorry for them because they're only half camouflaged. But that was just a beautiful animal. And I can see why he harvested. It was a little tiny buck. They don't want him in the gene pool because albinos are extremely rare. They don't pass on albinism. Very rarely do they. It's very rare. But the piebalds, they pass on that genetic issue, and they have other genetic issues that go along with them. And I read all about it. If you want to look into it, you can. But they don't want them in the gene pool. Honestly, though, I don't know if I would have been able to have harvested that one. It was a smaller little buck, but it was just pretty. I would have probably just sat there and been like, "Oh man, that's a pretty little thing." I would have forgotten that I was hunting and been like, that's a pretty little thing. So, but I'm like that. I'm weird. Okay, Oscar's demanding to come back in. I'm going to eat, take a rest, put this crap up. And my plan is to come back later and we're going to make gnomes. we're going to go back to the most gnomerful time of the year. And I like making gnomes, but oh my god, that year I made a couple hundred. I kind of burnt myself out. But we're gonna make larger ones. We're gonna make bigger ones, and I'm gonna use those really pretty Arctic foxtails that I got from my South Dakota, North Dakota friends. So we're gonna make some weird ones tonight. So if you wanna make a gnome or something, watch. We're gonna try to do a live, probably around 5, 6. And because I'm not staying up super late tonight. I'm getting stuff done and going to bed. So we'll do that. Probably be about an hour live. I'm not going to stretch it too much today. So you hear that dog? He can't play outside for 15 minutes. It's like almost 60 here right now. You would think he's dying. My dog is rotten. He's rotten. You hear him? He's rotten. He's like, you left me outside for more than 7 minutes. I've got 14 patio chairs to sit on that have big cushions, but I just want to cry. Oh, Lord. My dog is killing me. Okay, y'all have a great day. Here's some more useful Temu stuff that actually works, that has my stamp of approval. I wouldn't show you the crap. I try to watch all the haulers so I don't buy the crap. But if I ever come across something that is crap, I'll tell you it's crap. And I'm anxious to try the chicken egg cooker. That's the one thing I'm on the fence about. But if it works, I will let you know. Everything else is kind of, I've opened it up. It's tried, tested, true. It's working, and I'm happy with them. The potato bags, you got to buy one. So if you only get one thing from this haul, go get a potato bag. They're a godsend. If you have a microwave and you like sweet potatoes, or to cook them all. And yeah, That's about it for me. Okay, I'm going to go and try to sleep so these rings under my eyes will go away. But I'll see you again this evening and we'll make some gnomes. We'll fire up that glue gun and take over the world. I'm going to let the dog in. Margaret, I hope I see you tonight. Everybody, we're doing pretty good. Make sure you hit the like button or dislike, or I don't care. And when this reloads, leave a comment. If you've got a craft you want me to try, leave them comments, roll it in. I am trying to basically get, because I'm monetized because they made me mad. I'm trying to get enough going to where I can maybe pay a bill a month that gives me more money to send to the people in North Carolina where they're making meals and feeding people that have nothing. Because FEMA pulled out, Red Cross pulled out, nobody's doing anything except for local people. And since, my brother lives in Newport, we know how bad he lost a friend that was doing boat rescues. We know how bad it got. We know how bad it is, and we know how bad it's going to be for a long time. And so what we've been doing is sending money. Let me tell you what, that's why I only buy useful stuff. We've been sending money for meal preparations so that they can feed these people. That's the biggest need right now is meal preparations, because people are living in tents or they're living in sheds that are barely furnished, and it's winter, and they're hiking in and out of the mountains. And so communities and churches are having centralized dinners, breakfast, lunch, and dinners. Come get your stuff. So we're sending money to there. So if you all would like for me to show you where I'm sending my money, I can do a community post later. And I've also got to give you those channels that are really good too. But these people are doing amazing things, and it's all civilians. The government, they ain't doing crap. I hope that changes after mid-January. I really hope it does. But I'm gonna call Trump out if he does not get into office and step up the game in North Carolina, because right now all they're doing is making camps to hold freezer trucks of all the bodies they're finding. But they can't log the body on the death toll until they identify it, but it could take decades to identify the number of bodies that they're finding. So North Carolina and the mountains have been forever changed. A lot of people lost their land. They lost all their family. They lost everything in one fell swoop. And the least we can do is send money to help feed them. Just the bare basics. I would want somebody to think enough of me if I was in that position. So that's why I'm monetized. It's not for me. I have no desire. Money is just a convoluted mess. But if I can feed more people and stuff like that's what we're here for. David provides the internet, the phones, the tablets, everything. He buys the stuff that I craft with, and he has told me that if it earns anything at all beyond the bill for the internet or water, he said pay one bill. He said everything else can go to feed people in North Carolina. So I'm trying to get this channel going because David is a man of his word, and he's like, I'll pay one bill and everything else can go to North Carolina. And so it'd be like $36 to $50 is the bill that would be paid. One of them, 36 to 50 is what they average. And then everything else will be going to North Carolina. And so that's my goal. Is I'm just the entertainment. David buys the tech and gives me the stuff to craft with, and gives me the fur and gives me money allotments to go get stuff, because it's kind of like my physical therapy and my sanity to craft. And but he's like, he doesn't want to be rich either, but he does want to take care of our neighbors, and he wants to. He's like me. It's more important when I stand before God that I say I did what I should have done, instead of, I made a bunch of money and I was a big person. No, I did what I was supposed to do, and I'm supposed to be sending money to feed people right now. And so that's what I'm trying to do. So if you can help, get out there, and I'm not asking for money. Take care of yourself. Don't send money if you're in a bad spot. But if you can share, get this channel out, tell them what the mission is, share the videos where I'm talking about what's going on, that would be a great help, because every little bit helps, and a whole lot of little people still sends a whole lot of money. We don't just need one or two big people sending millions. We need a whole lot of little people sending little bits, and just keep keeping them fed, keeping that money going, and just remembering that our neighbors are still hurting, because those millionaires, they forget real quick. But us little poor podunk people, we remember, beans and rice, we're happy to see them sometimes. So that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, that's fine. It'll be there whenever you want to watch it. And I hope you have a wonderful evening. And but you can catch up on the gnomes later. Okay, I'm gonna let my poor dog in before he has a heart attack. I'm gonna eat me an early lunch because I've been up since 3:30. And I'm gonna rest. Y'all have a wonderful day, and we'll be back to craft tonight. And let's hope my house looks a little bit better later. Probably not. We'll see what happens. Thanks for joining me. If you buy something on Temu, make it useful. Watch that shipping. Don't get sucked into the deals. Everybody's going Black Friday deals. You better watch it, because they'll say it's $1 and then they'll put $4.99 shipping on it. No. Go and just get it shipped from Temu and wait for 2 weeks. But be careful. And I'm trying to show you how to use Temu appropriately and not get sucked into it. And when I find the really good gems, I tell you. But honestly, I treat Temu kind of like the person that opens their trunk on the corner in New York City and says, I've got some stuff to sell you. That's kind of how I look at Temu right now. And I'm backing away until I kind of see what their motive is. So I would, that's my opinion. And I would say maybe y'all need to take a gander at what's changing, how it's changing, why it's changing, and what they're becoming, because it's concerning me. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. Y'all have a great day. I'll see you later. I'm going to go snore. Well, I'm going to eat a yogurt, and then I'm going to go snore. I have such a boring life. Thanks for spending time with me. Bye, guys. My poor dog outside. Lord bless him. I'm coming, Oscar.